Good morning, everybody. As part of the SHEDWARS21 participation, we have to grow some things in containers, and it's not because of the SHEDWARS, but I always grow my ground cherries in containers because they go to the ground, and then it's when you can harvest them. And I put my containers in top of the concrete, and it's easier for me just to grab the ground cherries from there. So there should be a reason too for you growing something in containers. It doesn't have to be just that you don't have space or something like that. And maybe some things that are better if you grow them in containers. If you have any other facility that you can grow, like in a high bed or something, your ground cherries, that's great. But for me, it works better if I grow them in containers. Let's get working in the soil for those containers. Let's go. What I will be adding to the soil, this is already used soil, it's not new, it's recycled soil from another pots. So I need to put some live on it, so I put a little bit of new potting soil. I'm gonna add some golden tone organic herb and vegetable food. I'm gonna add some blood meal, of course Epsom salt, and I'm gonna put some of this all-purpose plant food. It's not organic, but it's gonna give it a boost. Originally it's a 1257 to grow a lot of greens so we can get a lot of fruit. So let's start. Oh, I forgot to tell you that obviously my new discovery this year, vermiculite, that's going to be added to the soil to retain humidity, because that's the way that that's what we need here in South Carolina. There's not a lot of rain and it's really, really hot. So we need to retain some moisture. I'm going to also get some peat moss. Don't kill me. Some peat moss. And let's go. As I said, here goes the Epsom salts. Here goes the plant food. The organic one, because that's what is going to be left in there to be released slowly. Blood meal. Yep. Let's mix all this and get a really, really good start to this. Here I have the 3 buckets that we're going to use for that purpose. Gonna fill them in, and I'm going to bring you back for the surprise. Here my 2 containers filled out. Need to put some water on it. Unfortunately, there's been no rain lately, so it will have to be water from the faucet or from the city. Let's get the seedlings though. Let's go and gather them. Yep, we're looking for the seedlings. Yeah, no, they're not in the greenhouse. You think they're in the greenhouse? Nope. Look how messy is this. I'm cleaning everything and emptying the greenhouse to clean it, but that's another story. So let's get our seedlings. I expect more, but right now we have enough from nature. Look at this. They're growing from last year's seeds naturally on the ground. And those are the ones that I'm going to use. Last year I had one that grew here from nature, stayed like from the compost, and I kept it here, and yeah, it, oops, sorry baby, I don't know what's eating them. I think it's some, look at this soil, it's incredible. I think it's these are the ones that I'm going to use. Let's go and plant them. Need some help for my niece. Let's get them planted. Yep. Always trying to grab them by their leaves. The stems are really tender for the seedlings, and we don't want to bother them too much. Uh-oh, if you need to, look. Once we water them, the soil is going to go under. Yep. We have our seedlings planted. I'm going to get this too, and this other one, because they are really tiny seedlings. Let's see which one grows up properly, and maybe I will thin them, maybe I will keep them, who knows. This soil is still moist. This is the soil from where they were planted. This soil is still moist. I'm just going to give it a little bit of the water that I have reserved. It's a very small amount of rainwater, but I think my ground cherries, they deserve that little amount. Let me get it. Here we go. The blessing of rainwater to my ground cherries. They deserve it. Be sure that when you plant in containers, there's enough nutrients in that container to grow the plant that you are planting in there. When you grow in containers, you have to amend soil, you have to fertilize more often. Be sure that you every 2 weeks give a little bit of boost to those containers. It could be fish emulsion or any other fertilizer, because they have nowhere to find their food. They're contained in here, and they don't have the opportunity to grab anything from the ground. So I think that's the most important thing. Loose soil, amended soil, and fertilize and water it depending on the plant that you are adding. The ground cherries, they don't like to be super moist. They like to have regular water, but they're not like super heavy feeders. They will, and once you have ground cherries, they'll grow everywhere, and you can replant them, Or if you don't, then you can share those with other people. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something new, or you reinforce something that you already know. I will keep you updated on my ground cherries development. I'm looking forward to make a lot of things with my ground cherries, and also have a snack when I go out in the garden. That's the best part of it, isn't it? Everybody, let's grow our food. Till next time. Bye.